Okay, it looks like we are now streaming live on YouTube. I'm going to share my screen to be able to do the presentation. Corey, if you're here, you can start the meeting.
All right, then we will call our meeting to order at 7:55. And do we have to go through and do determination of quorum and roll call again?
Yep, we do have to do roll call.
Okay, then we'll go for it.
Okay. Mr. Herbert.
Here.
Ms. Shaver.
Here.
Ms. Inman. Mr. Guckenberger.
Here.
Mr. Bischoff.
Here.
And Mr. Ray. Mitchell Ray. Dan Taylor.
I'm here. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay, thanks. We do have a quorum.
All right. Then we will move right ahead. And next item on our agenda is approval of the minutes from our November 21st meeting and also our January 16th annual training. So I'll open it up to the board if there's any comments or questions, thoughts.
Corey, I would actually like to table this because I did not see these meeting minutes on the email with all the documentation.
That sounds good because I don't recall seeing them either. So
okay.
Then we will move those to our next meeting.
Okay, no problem.
Next item on our agenda is a request for continuance or any agenda modifications. So staff.
Yeah, we did have a request from the 7 Flora Brothers painting variance requests. They have requested a continuance until the June 18th meeting.
All right. Moving along and show that we have no old business, then we will move right into our new business for this evening, and that would be VAR 20-03. So I'll turn it back over to Jody for staff's report.
Yep, thank you. This is a development standards variance request, basically to allow parking lots with no perimeter curbing. This is going to be a park property, about 140 acres, and it's in the southwest corner of town, and it's currently zoned ag. This does require a public hearing, and you can approve it, conditionally approve it, continue it, or deny it. The Avon zoning ordinance does require all parking lots to have perimeter curbing, and you can see the chapter and section there. And the appellant just wants to not put perimeter curbs on their parking lots. The staff is recommending approval because we feel all the findings have been met. Here's the location of Gibbs Park on Gibbs Road. And just a quick site plan. There are 5 parking lots associated with this phase 1 development, which is in the eastern portion. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parking lots. And all of these, they're requesting no perimeter curbing. Again, quickly, the findings, it's not going to be injurious to the public health. It won't negatively impact adjacent property values. The strict application of the Avon zoning ordinance will result in a practical difficulty. The variance is the minimum, and the need for the variance is not caused by the owner. I've talked about these a little bit in my staff report. So again, we're recommending approval. With that, I'll turn it over back to you, Corey, if you have questions for the BZA and then the petitioner to give his presentation.
Okay, thanks, Jody. So we'll open up to the board now if anyone has any questions for staff. Nope. All right. Then we will turn it over to the appellant and have you give us your presentation.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ryan Limley. I'm the superintendent of Hendricks County Parks. Jody, we appreciate your support in reviewing our variance request. I think the overview of Gibbs Park was great. Phase 1 is going to encompass about 70 of the 140 acres. If you're familiar with Hendricks County Parks, how we differ from typical city parks is we are more nature-based. So our request for exemptions on the curbs are for a variety of reasons. Number one, we feel it's an unnecessary additional expense with the 136 parking spots and 5 parking spaces or 5 parking lots, that money could be better utilized. Number two, it detracts from the natural setting of the park. And number three, it would create an additional tripping hazard and barrier for folks within the park. As noted within our application, we are planning to install concrete wheel stops. So with that, I can filter any questions or concerns.
All right, thank you. Open up to the board if you have any questions for the appellant.
Corey, I have one question for the appellant. Is there any planned buildings or playgrounds near these parking lots?
We have no current plans in phase 1 to implement any shelters. We do have we're working with our park foundation to install a nature-based playground. That would be on the upper horseshoe parking lot. It would be on the one to the right. There would be a nature-based playground to the north of that. I'm unsure when our Parks Foundation is going to be able to support that request with funding, and that would all be contingent on them providing the funding for the playground.
What is the
as far as shelter houses, we do have down the road future phases when funding permits to install a smaller shelter house in the center of the horseshoe drive, and then also by the pond parking lot in the lower left-hand corner.
Okay, the concern I'm having is if any of those parking spaces where you're pulling into the parking space, only having the concrete block and compared to a continuous curb, that if straight ahead is, you know, a playground or something, what, if you plan on putting a playground straight off of, in the future from a parking spot, do you have any further safety barrier to stop a car from, you know, partially missing the parking block compared to where a continuous curb would actually jolt a car to a stop more effectively from actually hitting the parking or from hitting the playground or structure?
I value that comment. The playground area, there would be parking curbs as you head directly north, so that would deter a direct route to the playground on the north parking area. As far as the pond and other areas, I know our staff at Sodalis Park, we used large landscaping rocks to prevent folks from going off of the roadway. We could implement that on an as-needed basis, or if deemed necessary from you folks.
Yes, and that's all that I'm looking for. Really, is just those additional safety barriers from the car. You know, it happens. People leave their car in gear or something, whatever it may be.
Sure, and honor that, especially in a remote area. So,
yes. No further questions, Corey.
Okay. Then if anyone else has any other questions for the appellant? Nope. All right. Then we will go ahead and open it up for our public portion. At 8:04, we will give this opportunity a little bit of time here to see if anyone has any comment on the YouTube channel.
Hey, Jody, can you turn off your screen share?
Yeah. Maybe. I have to find it. Oh, I don't want to I want to not share. I don't know.
It should be just up on top, Jody. It should just say stop share.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I was looking for the sharing tool.
Thank
Okay,
you. Sorry, I couldn't get to YouTube without it.
okay.
There are no comments on YouTube.
I did get a text from Ann Inman who said she's watching YouTube and says the other meeting is still going on. So she wants to try to get into this BZA meeting. So Ryan, I told her to log on and get in the waiting room and so just look for her.
Yep.
Again, because we're open here at Town Hall, I'll just let you know that there's no one present in the building to have public input either.
Okay. We'll give it another minute or so.
Yeah, Jody, your camera's not on.
Oh, brother. This is why I shouldn't have to do this. Oh, tools, sorry.
There's still no comments on YouTube.
There, I enabled camera with the OBS, is that? And then I'm starting my video.
Okay, thank you. You're there now.
Okay,
So
sorry.
now people can see no one's there.
Gosh, I hope we never have to do this ever again.
All right, one more last check for YouTube if there's any comments.
Still no comments.
All right, then we will go ahead and close our public portion here at 8:07. And I will open it up to the board. If you have any thoughts or comments, questions. All right, hearing none, then we'll see if anyone has a motion they would like to present.
Or just to stop you for a second, we should go through the criteria a little bit. That way we have findings on the record, if you guys don't mind.
Sure. Okay.
I'm in agreement with staff on the criterion. I feel all have been met.
Mitchell, is that sufficient then? I would agree with Charles that in reviewing the staff report and the comments they have made are provided on the criterion, that I agree with their evaluation that all the criterion have been met.
That's good enough for me. It's better than nothing. Thank you.
Yeah, I would agree as well. Steph did a good job with this. Now, if anyone would like to make a motion.
Corey, I'd like to go ahead and make a motion that we move to approve variance 20-03, a variance of development standard to allow parking lots without curbs as having satisfied all requirements of variances under state law and subject to the approved findings of fact.
All right, in a second.
Kara Shaver seconding the motion.
Thank you. Ready for roll call? Ms.
Yep.
Shaver,
For.
Mr. Guckenberger,
Or
Mr. Bischoff,
Four.
and Mr. Herbert.
Or
The motion carries.
all right.
Thank you very much, everyone. We greatly appreciate everybody's time and the consideration and support this evening.
Yep.
Happy
Thank
park
you.
building. Thank you. We have no other business to conduct this evening.
Corey, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
All right. then we will, or I guess any opposition to our motion? All those in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
All right, then we will
Aye.
call our meeting adjourned this evening at 8:10.